Hello students and welcome in today's session. Today we are going to learn the physical properties of matter. As you know, matters are of three types: solid, liquid and gas. And all these three states of matters today we are learning. See here. Here you can see the molecular structure of solid, liquid, gas. And this is the fourth state of matter, that is a plasma, right? We will see this in detail afterwards. Just you here observe the molecular arrangement of the matter. Here the molecules are compactly arranged. Here than this in liquid the molecules are little bit loosely arranged, and in gas the molecules are far away from each other, very freely arranged, right? So this is what the molecular arrangement in solid, liquid and gas. Just keep this in mind. Whenever we will see the properties, that time you will come to know the importance. Now see, in the properties of the solids, first you should know what is mean by solid, right? So the any substance which have fixed shape and fixed volume, that is known as a solid. So solids generally have the definite shape and fixed volume. See here, matter exists in the three states, that is solid, liquid and gas. These are the three states of matter, right? And fourth stage I already shown you the molecular arrangement, that is the plasma, right? Now in case of a solid, these are some of the properties of the solid. The first property is solids have definite shape and fixed volume, right? Means definite shape means their shape will never change and their volume is always fixed. Depend on the place, location, they will not change their volume and shape. Take an example, pencil, eraser. They have the fixed shape. You keep the pencil in compost box, you keep the pencil in box, you keep the pencil on table, chair, anywhere you keep. They are not going to change their shape or volume. Means what? They have the fixed shape. Second property is that the space between the particle is minimum, right? Just now I have shown the picture, right? Here also you can see this is the solid box it is, right? So in this, if you will see, these are the molecular arrangement and they have a minimum space between them, right? Very compactly arranged, right? So very little space is there in between the molecules. So this is the second property of the solid, that is the space between the particle is minimum. Now the third property of the solid is the force of attraction between the particle is maximum. Means what? Suppose you are taking any solid and try to break it, then you need to apply more force because the molecule's force of attraction is more. So you cannot easily break them. See here, air is there. If you freely move your hand, you can break the molecules force attraction between them. Even in liquid also, if you can keep your hand in water, you easily pass your hand through it. Because why? Their force of attraction is less. That's why easily you can move your hand. But take an example, table. If this is a table, solid it is, I cannot pass my hand through this table because the molecules of these tables are there. They are having very high force of attraction in between them. So I cannot break that force with my hand, right? So that's why I can't pass my hand through this table. So this is the next property, that is the force of attraction between the particles is maximum as compared to the liquid and gas. Solids has the maximum force of attraction. The fourth property is the movement of the particle is minimum as they have their fixed position, the distance between the particles is very less, right? Minimum space is there, so they cannot move from their place, and that's why they will just vibrate on their place only. So that's why the movement of the particle is there. This is very minimum. It's not that the solids have their molecules and they are fixed, not moving at all. No, they are in motion, but motion on that same place as like the vibrations, right? So this is the next property, that is the movement of the particle is minimum. The next property of the solid is they are least compressible. You cannot compress them, right? Take the example of this table only. If I have to compress this, I can't compress, right? So the solids are there, they are least compressible. As their molecules, in between the molecules space is there, that is very little. If you apply more and more force on it, they may compress, but it's very negligible, right? That's why it is the least compressible. Next point is their rate of diffusion is least. Least means they are again negligible. First you should know what is mean by diffusion. Diffusion means the movement of the molecules from its higher concentration to the lower concentration, right? So that is also without utilizing energy. This is what it is called as a diffusion. Take an example. Suppose here a particular substance, for example water only, right? It is there in one of the container. You have the 5 liter water, right? And here one of the container is there that contains only 1 liter water, and if you join them, these two containers, then automatically here this 5 liters container water will start to move in 1 liter in 1 liters container water through diffusion, right? So, or another example, just mix the sugar in water, right, and keep in another container which contain only pure water, right? Then slowly the sugar from that water will release into the pure water. Or best example, all of you are eating dry grapes, right? Resins. So whenever you are eating the resins, you are soaking that resins into the milk, right? And if whenever the resins will be soaked, you will see the taste of the milk is sweeter. Why? The sugar from the resin is diffused into the milk, right? Means sugar concentration is higher into the resin, and slowly the whole night that is get diffused into the milk, and that's why the sugar content in the milk is increased, and that's why you taste the milk sweeter, right? This is what a diffusion. So in case of solids, if you will see, diffusion is the least. This is one solid, this is another solid. If you keep these two together, this cannot diffuse into the table, or table cannot diffuse into the mouse, right? So it is very least. Now see, next, the properties of the liquid, right? So in properties of liquid, first of all, see the arrangement of the molecules as compared to the solid. They have changed, right? They don't have the fixed shape, right? But see here, in this bottle the liquid is there. So this liquid do not have its own shape, but it takes the shape of the container. Suppose the same, if you will pour in a plate, then this liquid will take a shape of a plate, right? If you will pour this liquid into a glass, then it will take a shape of a glass. Means liquid don't have their own shape, right? Means fixed shape they don't have, but they have a fixed volume. Volume will never be changed. For example, take Suppose half liter water you are taking in a bottle, then the water shape will be as like a bottle, but it will remain a half liter. Suppose if you are pouring the half liter water in a container, another container, flat container, right? Then again the water shape will be of that same container, but the volume is not going to be changed. The half liter water will be remain half liter only. Big glass if you are taking, in that if you are pouring, then the half liter water will remain half liter only. Only the water will take a shape of a glass. Means this is the first property of the liquid, that liquid have no definite shape, right? Fixed shape is not there, but have fixed volume. It will never be changed. Anywhere it will go, it is not going to be changed. No definite shape, no fixed shape, but have a fixed volume. Liquid take the shape of the container. In whichever the container the liquid is poured, it will take the shape of that same container, right? So this is the very first important point, right? The second point for the liquid, second property, the space between the particle is intermediate, in between. Now intermediate means what? In a solid, what we have seen, the space between the two particles is very less, right? But in case of liquid, if you will see, it is little bit greater as compared to the solid. And again, if you will compare the space between the molecules with air, then it is less, right? So it is space between the molecule is in between the solid and in a gases. That's why the word is used. It is intermediate, in between. The space between the particle is intermediate, means greater than the solid and less than the gases. Next, the force of attraction between the particle is intermediate. Same here, intermediate force of attraction means it is less than the solid. Force of attraction between the particle is intermediate. Why? Because in solid the force of attraction is very high, and in liquid it is less, right, as compared to the solid. But if you compare this with the gas, then it is more, right? The force of attraction between the molecule is higher as compared to the gaseous molecules. So the force of attraction between the molecule is in between the solid and the gases, right? The next point is the movement of the particle is again intermediate. Yes, in the solid I said that the molecules are compactly placed, right? Very little space is between their molecules. So they move, but their movement is very small. They just vibrate on that same place, right? But in case of liquid, the movement of molecule is there, but at a particular distance only. And in gases, if you will check, they will be just moving a far more distance. That's why it is said that the movement of the particle is intermediate, means it is more in liquid and less in solid, and it is less in liquid as compared to the gases. So in gases it is more, in liquid it is medium, and in solid it is very less. Next point is that they are less compressible, means they compress. As the space is there in between the molecule, if we apply force on this, they will become closer to each other, right? As we apply more and more force on them, the molecules will come close to each other, and that is what it is called as a compress, right? Solids compress very less, negligibly, but the liquid compress more than the solid, but less than the gases. That's why it is less compressible, right? The next is their rate of diffusion is more than the solid. Just now we have seen the example that the two solids, mouse and table, they do not diffuse with each other. If you keep this in this way for 1 day, 2 day, 1 month, 1 year, right, they will not diffuse. But take example of two liquids, they will diffuse with each other very easily, right. Take just example, red color water and blue color water, right. If you keep these two colored waters together, definitely these two color waters get mixed with each other and you will get the third intermediate color, right. This is why, because they diffuse with each other very easily. Another example, take an example of milk and water. Pure milk is there, if you add water in that, it will get diffused, means two liquids will get diffused with each other, right. So the rate of diffusion is more than solids in a liquid, and if you compare this with the gases, then it is higher, right. So this is what the properties of a liquid, right. Once again see, no definite shape, no fixed shape, but have fixed volume, right. Take the shape of the container, space between the particle is intermediate, force of attraction between the particle is intermediate, moment of the particle is intermediate, less compressible, and rate of diffusion is more than the solid. Next see the properties of the gases. See here, this is a balloon and this balloon is blown because inside that we have blow air. So here you can see the enlarged view of the air molecules. So these are the air molecules where you can see clearly the space between each and every molecule is there. More space is there, right? They are far apart from each other. Now see the properties. First, gas have no definite shape and or fixed volume. No shape as well as no fixed volume. It will be changed, right? So fixed shape and fixed volume is not there. Gas occupy the whole space of the container. Now see here, take an example. Suppose if you have a gas, right, then if it is compressed, 1 liter gas, if you are, take an example of oxygen cylinder, right. In oxygen cylinder, gas is just compressed under high pressure, and in that cylinder maybe 2 kg, 5 kg oxygen gas is kept. Now in that small cylinder under high pressure, if you are keeping a 2 kg oxygen and just open that cylinder, again that 2 kg oxygen will occupy your whole room, right. So means what? The cylinder is also okay to keep the 2 kg oxygen, even the whole room is also occupied fully by the 2 kg oxygen. Or take amount of air, if 1 glass of air is there, if you compress it or keep in 1 glass, and same the air if you transfer in a very big container jar, then the same amount of air will also fill completely the jar, because molecules just get spread away from each other and occupy whatever the space is available for them. That's why they don't have the fixed volume and they don't have a fixed shape. So this is the first important property of the gas. Now see the second characteristic, the space between the particle is maximum than the solid than the liquid. Compare with these two, right? The space between the particle is maximum, the highest. You can see here the space is very high. The force of attraction between the particle is minimum. As the distance is increased, attraction between these two molecules is negligible. Anyone can easily break the intermolecular force of attraction. That's why I can just move my hand through air, because whatever here the air particles are there, right? So these air molecules have their force of attraction, but as I move my hand in air, immediately these molecular forces get breaked and the molecules get separated because their force of attraction is very weak. Easily it can be break. So they have the very minimum force of attraction between the molecules or the particles. Next characteristics, the movement of the particle is maximum. As the space is more in between them, they just move very fast and maximum movement is there. They are most compressible. More space is there. If you apply pressure on it, they will come close to each other and more it will be compressed. Means this much big container of the air, if you apply force on that, you can just compress that in a very small space. So that's why they are most compressible as compared to the solid and liquid, right?
Gas cylinder.
Take an example here. All of we are using the LPG gas cylinders, right? So in that gas cylinder, the gas is whatever the LPG gas is there, that is stored under a high pressure, right? And how it is kept in that small cylinder, 14-15 kg gas it is there, right? So how it is kept? Just compressed it under a high pressure, make it liquefied and kept. And when we on the knob of the gas cylinder, means we release the pressure from that. When we release the pressure from the gas, this gas will come out of that cylinder in the burner and burns. So this is how we can say that the gas are compressed and kept into the cylinder, and whenever pressure is removed, it will just spread, right? So this is the fifth property, they are most compressible. See the next property, that the rate of diffusion is more than the solids and the liquids, right? We have seen that solids may not diffuse with each other in very short time, right? But the liquids diffuse. But how much time the liquids will take to diffuse with each other, then less than that time will be taken by the air. Very easily they will diffuse with each other, right? And they will be just flow away. Take an example that earlier also we have discussed in kitchen. Suppose your mother is cooking some of your favorite dish, and if you are sitting in the hall, then also you will come to know that mother is cooking this dish. How? Because you will get a smell. And how that smell has come? Because of the diffusion. The food particles are there, smell is there, that get diffused into the air and it will reach to your nose. Another example also it is given of perfume. If anyone applies the perfume in any corner of the room, then in another corner you will get a smell. So this is what some of the examples of the diffusion. The gases have the more diffusion power as compared to the liquid and solids. They will diffuse very fast. So these are some of the important properties of the solid, liquid and gases. Now I will ask some questions. Take an example of rubber, right? You know that rubber band. If you apply pressure on that and if you want to stretch it, it will change its shape, right? Earlier it is just a small size, and when we apply pressure on that, it will increase its length. If you check all the properties of solid, liquid and gas, where you will keep the rubber? Definitely in the solid, because it has a fixed shape and fixed volume. But when we stretch it, it changes its shape. Then how can you say that it is a solid? Is it a solid or not? Yes, it's solid. Why? As it is changed its shape, then also it is solid, because when we apply pressure, then and then only it is changed its shape. When we remove that applied force, again it will come to its original position and in original shape, right? That's why it is a solid. Next example. We already said that in case of solid, the solid have their own shape, right? And liquids take the shape of the container. Take an example of salt, right? Whenever the salt is there in the plate, you will see that salt is full of plate. And whenever the same salt, if you will keep in a container, bottle, then you will see that the salt has taken the shape of that bottle or container or jar. Then is it salt shows the properties of liquid also? No. Salt is a solid. Why solid? And why it is not taking the shape of the container or a plate as like a liquid? Because whenever you see the particles of the salt, either you keep these particles in a plate, in a jar, or on your hand, their shape is fixed, right? That particle size is not going to be changed. That's why again salt is a solid, right? So these are some of the example. I will give one more example to you. Sponge. All of you have seen the sponge, right? So if you will keep the sponge, you can easily say that the sponge is a solid, not liquid or a gas. But if you compress it, it is easily get compressed as like a gases. The sponge shows the property as like the gases, get compressed very easily, much more. This much big sponge is there, apply pressure, it will become this much small. So what do you think? The sponge shows the properties of the gas? No. Why not? Because if you will see the sponge structure carefully, it has a small holes in it, right? And these all holes is occupied with the gas, air, right? And when we apply pressure on it, all air just get out of the sponge, and that's why the size of sponge is decreased. Actually, if you will see the sponge, whatever is there, solid, that is not compressed. The holes between that is there. From that the air is get removed. That's why it is compressed. So again, a sponge is one more example of a solid. So this is what all the properties of solid, liquid and gas. See here. This is just summary of whatever we have learned today. So this is the solid molecules, liquid molecules and gaseous molecules. See the arrangement of the solid. Very less intermediate space is there between them. Here it is more and here it is the most. Least vibrations, more movement is there, and here the most movement is there. So here also you can see this is the example of solid, this is the example of liquid, and this is the example of gases. And here the enlarged view of this molecular arrangement is there. So in this diagram you can clearly understand the properties of the solid, liquid and gases. And by seeing this, you can write a comparative table about solid, liquid, gases, about their properties. Just now we have seen for every solid, liquid and gas 6 points for each, right? So you can make a table which is having the differentiating point or comparative point for all these 3 states of matter, right? Prepare it, write it, so it will be a very short note for you, and very easily you will revise this whole point with this. Clear? So prepare it very well, and just take a look here. I said in the beginning that there is one more 4th state of the matter, that is a plasma. You can see here this diagram. In this diagram there are some of the molecules, even they are charged. So wherever the gases, actually by arrangement of these molecules you can easily say that this is in the gaseous state, not a liquid or a solid state. So whenever the gases are there in a charged condition or charged gas is there, then that will be called as the 4th state of the matter, that is the plasma. and on this research is going on. There is one more fifth stage is there, that is BEC stage, right? The name of that is Bose-Einstein condensation state is there, right? And on this also research is going on, and this is related with the temperature. Whenever temperature is going down sharply, right, and 0 degree, below 0 degree, then the molecules get condensed close to each other and forming a hole-like structure. It will be work as like a black hole. So this is a work for you, that you just find out the more points about the fourth and fifth stage of the matter, that is plasma and BEC state, right? So prepare this point very nicely, and on this 2 marks, 3 marks question will be asked. Comparison between the solid, liquid and gas will be asked, or differences will be asked, or the examples will be given that you have to classify into the 3 states of the matter, right? So various types of questions will be asked. So prepare that, and one more work you can do, that write the 3 columns solid, liquid and gas, and for each, what is about the shape, what is about the volume, what is about the intermolecular force of attraction, what is about the diffusion, right? So like that headings you give and write about all these 3 states of matter in a table. Make this and show me. This is in your textbook. States of matters are given. Here the solid state of matter, it is start, and in this some of the activities are given. So you have to do this activity. You have to take pen, book, needle, piece of thread. Then whatever the articles are there, you have to just observe them carefully and write about their definite shape, fixed shape is there. What will happen if it is hammered or pulled, right? Then go through these all points. So here in these points, the answer of all these questions will be gives you the properties of the solid. Then whatever the 3 examples I have explained, that is of rubber band, sugar or salt particles and the sponge. This is also given why they are showing the properties other than the solid, and then also how they are the solid. So here are these answers. The next point is given the liquid state. In that also the activity is given water, cooking oil, milk, juice and cold drink. These you have to collect, keep in different containers and observe their shape, right? And even you have to compare their volume. So here you will get they don't have the definite shape, but they have the fixed volume and other properties of the liquids. Then next point is there about the gaseous state. For that, see the activity is given. 3 syringes you have to take of 100 ml. Close their nozzles by the rubber cork, how it is shown here in the picture, right? And you have to just compress the gas which is present in them. So this activity will show you the gas is more compressible than the solid and the liquid. And here some of the examples are given of LPG and CNG. You are familiar with the LPG as well as the CNG. These wherever it is stored under high pressure and compressed form. So here it is proved that gas are compressed under high pressure than the solids as well as liquid. Even diffusion examples are given over here. I have just underlined all these important points, and this is the last point where you can see the arrangement of the molecules in solid, liquid and gases. Below that, these are some of the in-text questions are there that you have to solve and show me the answers. These 4 questions are there. All these answers you have to write and send a pic of them, right? So here we have finished our today's point. Prepare well. All the best.